you. Thank you. Folks, it's good to be back in Portland. It's good to be back in Oregon. And it's great to, thank you. Thank you. Folks, you know, I've campaigned for a lot of candidates in my career, and I've been into over 70 races this year, counting governor's races, House and Senate races. And over my career, I've learned a couple things about the quality of candidates and the quality of elected officials. And the ones that I admire the most are the ones who know what is worth losing over. It sounds a strange way of saying it. Someone who knows would rather lose than yield on some very important issues. And I've noticed that the folks that I have found I can trust the most to stand up to special interest and speak on behalf of middle-class Americans are people whose ideas start in their gut. They just have a gut feeling about it, and then go to their heart, and then are articulated by their intellect. Now, there's a lot of people who arrive at the right conclusion intellectually, but they never quite feel it. And when things get tough, they're the ones who usually bend. They're the ones who usually give in to the special interest. But the thing about Jeff, and I might say Mary as well, his wife, is they don't bend under pressure. And the reason is, I really mean it, the reason is they feel it. They feel it, they taste it, they smell it, they know it. And folks, Jeff gets it. He talked about his dad working in a sawmill. And like my family, his family had to work hard to make it. But they were darn certain that if they worked hard, they could make it, that they could make it. And, you know, Jeff has never forgotten where he came from. It's real easy to have that happen when you get down to Washington, where everything's yes, senator, no, senator, and there's people step aside and open doors for you. It's easy to actually think you're important. But I really mean it. The thing I like about your guy is he's a real guy. He's serious. He's serious. He still lives in the same neighborhood he grew up in. His kids go to the same public schools he went to. And, you know, he's exactly the kind of person that we need to keep in Washington if we're going to finish what Barack and I started in 2008 with a great deal of help from all of you. We said at the time the reason we were running, and we meant it, is the single most important mission of this administration is to restore the middle class. Now that's not, I know I'm referred to when you read the press, I'm middle class Joe. Well, in Washington, that means you're not sophisticated. They don't say it as a compliment. But all kidding aside, the middle class is what built this country. And I might add, unions built the middle class. The other thing I like about Jeff, he and I both know how to pronounce the word union. But look, the middle class, let's get this at the front end here. The middle class is not a number, it's a value set. To be middle class is not a lot of economists work for me. They'll tell me middle class means $51,250 or $53,000. What middle class is, it's about being able to own your own home and not rent it. It means being able to send your kid to a park and know they're going to be safe in the neighborhood. It means being able to send your child to a high school that if they do well, they'll be able to get into college, and if they get in, you'll be able to get them there. And it means you lose one of your parents, you'll be able to take care of the other one and hope your children, you can save enough for your children who never have to take care of you. That's a middle class thing. No, and by the way, it really is. It's ultimately about being able to look in your children's eyes and say, honey, it's going to be okay. I mean, it's that basic. My dad used to say, it's just that basic. It's going to be okay. And believe it. Believe it and know it. But folks, this is a really big election. This is a really big election. Let me put it in perspective. We all know the economy got clobbered during the Great Recession. But in a macroeconomic sense, as the economists say, we've come back. Last month, unemployment went below 6% for the first time since 2008. We've had 55 months of private sector job growth, 10 million new jobs in all. We've reduced the federal deficit by 50% of the GDP. But folks, look, all that having said, in the neighborhood I was raised in, it's still not back. The middle class is still hurting. The middle class is still in trouble. You can feel it. You know it. You can see it. It's right there in the numbers. According to one recent study, middle class wages since 2000 have risen only 14 cents on average. 14 cents. Even though the economy has grown, the so-called GDP has grown by 29%, and productivity, which you generated, increased by 36%.